Welcome to another Lighthouse Sea Fishing tutorial. This video covers states of tide and how you can use them to your advantage when shore fishing. We'll first cover the different tide phases, including high tide and low tide, as well as the flood and ebb. We'll then talk about how different stages of tide can open different opportunities when fishing a venue. We'll also cover how the state of tide can also determine how easy it is to fish a venue or not, depending on multiple factors. Finally, we'll cover some additional useful info that may prove useful when using tides to your advantage. So let's start with a rundown of the main tidal phases and why they are significant. The first point we should highlight for any complete beginners out there is, the state of tide will always be different from one venue to another at any specific time. When tide phases occur, they do this in a fixed cycle pattern. The high tide is followed by the ebb, which leads to low tide. We then have the flood that follows this to bring us back around to another high tide. How high and how low these phases are, along with how much force they carry, varies from tide to tide, all year around. It will take on average around 12 hours and 50 minutes for a full tide cycle to occur to begin the next cycle. Each phase within the tide cycle for that day will occur around 50 minutes later than what they did the previous day for any specific venue. This means that tide times will always be different from one day to the next. The high tide phase of a tide cycle will mean the water has reached its highest point that it will get to for that current cycle at that particular venue. Generally speaking, for many venues and species, the time around high tide is considered one of the best times to fish. In particular, the 2-hour period up to high tide and the 2-hour period straight after. The reason for this is that the highest amount of food-rich inshore ground, such as worm and shellfish beds, will be covered by water, and fish species have evolved to use this opportunity to feed. The ebb tide occurs immediately after the high. During this phase, the tide level will keep dropping as the water goes out back offshore. At certain venues, for certain species, the ebb tide can actually be a productive time to fish, such as when bass fishing in certain estuaries. The key to effective ebb tide fishing is researching individual venues, as well as targeting specific species, is key. This channel has many dedicated videos that give complete guides on how to catch specific species, so keep an eye out for the links that we'll share at the end. The ebb lasts for up to around 6 hours after high tide. On the majority of venues, many species will retreat further offshore from fear of being cut off and beached on dry land, as well as the fact they use tidal current to travel. So this is a factor that needs to be taken into account when fishing the ebb. At the point of low tide, the water level will be at its lowest for the current tide cycle. Certain species, such as fawn back-ray, can be caught at low tide, depending on how the species feed and the habitat that's available. Again, this will be heavily venue dependent. It can even be the case that on certain venues, the low can outfish high tide. This all depends on venue factors such as feature access, of which we'll be covering a little more of in a moment. At certain venues where you have constant access to deeper water, it may actually be possible to fish at any stage of the tide. We have a number of videos of how to fish a venue by venue type, including how to fish steep to beaches, available on our channel page. The flood tide will start immediately after low tide. During this time, the water level at a venue will continue to rise all the way up to the next high tide. Though the later part of the flood near to the high is generally regarded as one of the most productive times, there are actually certain species you can catch earlier on in the flood, which not only tolerate but thrive in shallow water conditions. These can include bass, which are confident and powerful swimmers, as well as species such as flatfish that have adapted and evolved to use the conditions. Again, researching individual species is the way to go. The timing of the flood tide is similar to the ebb, in that it will also last around 6 hours. The venue type again will play some part in whether certain species will be around. So let's very quickly run through a basic explanation of feature access and how it relates to tide phases. Take a look at this picture of a shallow rock mark. Here you can see that the water is covering much of the beach, meaning there is a good possibility this tide is currently in the later stages of the flood, possibly around the high tide mark. If this was the case, this would be an opportune time for species such as bass to hunt for crustaceans around rocks close to shore. Now let's say that further out, at quite a distance, we have features hidden under the water, such as rock reefs, weed beds or gutters running parallel to the beach, but beyond the typical casting distance of most anglers when the water is close into the shore. It's in a scenario like this that fishing the low instead of the high could be favourable, as this would allow you to effectively fish features or deeper drops in the water caused by deeper drops in the seabed, by walking out over potentially featureless ground that would usually be covered in water. So what about tide phase and its effect on conditions? Tidal phases can actually play a huge part in whether you can even fish or not. One of the conditions factors that tidal phase can affect includes floating weed in the water that can make sessions a challenge. An example of this could be if a beach venue flanks a large estuary that contains a lot of weed beds. The water may be relatively clear on the flood as the tide floods in from offshore, but as the water runs back out of the estuary on the ebb, it could carry large amounts of dislodged inshore weed, which is just one example. This can be particularly true after certain weather and water conditions. We actually have a number of videos that cover these topics, including how to avoid seaweed and even use it to your advantage when fishing. We'll provide some links at the end. The tidal phase can also affect how strong the current is, preventing effective fishing. It's also the case that certain very shallow venues may only be fishable around high tide. Don't forget, there are many websites and apps available that allow you to check tide phase times for any specific venue you wish to search for. This will help you to plan your trips accordingly to suit whichever venue you want to fish. This includes useful info such as high tide and low tide times, as well as tide sizes. Hi guys, just a quick reminder, if you like my videos and find that you are learning some useful tips, please do remember to click the subscribe button just under this video. Subscribing is completely free. There's no sign-up process as it's all done at the click of a button. Also do remember to hit the like button if you find a specific video interesting and helpful. Doing these things really does help support the channel and allows me to keep making more and more helpful videos that will hopefully make your sessions that much more enjoyable. Thanks so much guys. If you would like to know how to avoid seaweed at a venue, or you would like to know more on different fishing conditions, check out the links showing now. There are also links provided for dedicated videos on how to fish for specific species, many more of which can be found on our channel page by clicking the channel name under the video, or by searching Lighthouse Sea Fishing Tutorials using your YouTube app. We hope you found this video useful and hope to see you again soon. Thanks guys.